You're watching the Cleveland Browns Report. I am Tom Downey. Let's discuss some contract stuff around Cleveland, namely Nick Chubb and his potential future as a member of the Cleveland Browns organization. Now, as I'm sure most of you know, Chubb is entering the last year of his deal. And as all players entering the last year of their deal who are looking to get paid, he says he wants to be where he's at. No surprise there. There is a bit of a tricky situation coming, though, for Cleveland. Namely, an extension would be rather expensive for the Cleveland Browns, which we'll get into more in depth. First, Chubb's quote, "It would mean a lot. Cleveland drafted me and trusted me and put their faith in me to help build this culture and this team I'm a part of. Cleveland is where I want to be. Hopefully, everything can work out in that direction." And I do believe Chubb when he says that. But I also know this, that running backs in the NFL have a very short shelf life. And getting paid quickly means a lot for them given how short their shelf lives often are. And what I know about Nick Chubb, he's one of the best running backs in the NFL. His production in only 12 games last year, in a not truly full-time role because Kareem Hunt was also getting involved, at 190 carries, more than enough for a significant sample size. He averaged 5.6 yards per carry and ran for over 1,000 yards. Even 2019, on more carries, fewer touchdowns, a little bit less on the average there. Nick Chubb, as a pure runner, I argue is top two. I think as focused on the running side of it, as a running back, i.e. not pass catching. Probably Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb are my two favorite backs in the NFL. We talked a lot about the Browns last year about who's the best back in the NFL. And my argument was, maybe it's not Nick Chubb right this second, but this time next year, we'd have Chubb in that conversation. And I think we do. The only main area Nick Chubb has not exploded in terms of his production, is the receiving side of it. 72 receptions over the handful of years that he's been involved as a member of the Cleveland Browns. Not great necessarily. You know, we've seen that production dip this past year. 20 catches, 36, down to 16 after that. Both TDs coming actually in his first year. We did play 16 games there as well. But that's because Kareem Hunt is heavily involved there. But as a runner, Nick Chubb, as a pure back, he's one of the best in the NFL. I don't think there's much argument there unless people are just box score scanning and going, 190 carries, whatever. Which means Nick Chubb is about to get paid. Now, the running back market's been a little bit weird, is the phrase I'll use there. Christian McCaffrey's the highest paid back, just over $16 million. Alvin Kamara's deal's a bit deceptive, but Zeke Elliott got the bag. Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook came in at $12 million. The tricky part now becomes for the Cleveland Browns. How much do you pay Nick Chubb? In general, I don't like paying backs big money. Their shelf lives are short. The deals often look pretty poor. Todd Gurley comes to mind. David Johnson comes to mind. And others, deals that did not work out very well for those teams. But Nick Chubb's awesome. You can easily talk yourself in to Chubb being the exception to the rule. On a pure open market, I think Nick Chubb could be the highest paid back in the NFL with the way the salary cap is going. But what would you be willing to pay him? If I could get him for $13 million, that's a lot. More than Dalvin Cook, less than Zeke Elliott, Alvin Kamara. That's intriguing to me. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments section what you would pay Nick Chubb per year. If you guys want more Cleveland Browns videos, subscribe right now to the Browns Report on YouTube. We are this close to getting the Browns to being a more full YouTube channel here at Chat Sports, but it is a meritocracy, and we need more subscribers. So if you want more Browns videos, speak with your subscription. It's free. All you guys got to do is hit the big red button. Let's chat Denzel Ward now, his potential extension for the Cleveland Browns. Denzel Ward saying what all players looking for a new deal always say, right? He wants to stay in Cleveland. And for the Browns, they've got some tricky decisions to make here. Several notable players are due for expensive, borderline record-setting deals in the not-too-distant future. Of course, there's Denzel Ward and also Baker Mayfield. Now, Baker and Ward might not be the highest priorities for the Browns right now, simply because they picked up the fifth-year option. So they've got this year next year, and then they become free agents. Now, of course, the sooner you do a deal, the less expensive it ends up becoming. Nick Chubb, also looking for a new deal. Wyatt Teller, one of the best guards in the NFL. He's also due for a big-time extension. That's a lot of money to pay for a team that, well, it's a good problem to have when you're young and heading in the right direction. Now, in terms of how much money Denzel Ward would command, I don't think he's going to surpass Jalen Ramsey. Even if he waits a year and the salary cap goes up, I'm not sure Ramsey gets quite that much money. Even with 2 years left on his deal, an extension would help keep it cheaper. You could space out the money overall. I'm not sure he gets the $21 million price tag range. But Trey White, Marlon Humphrey, those deals I think are in the range for Denzel Ward, especially when he's healthy. I think he'd easily beat Darius Slay, Byron Jones. Now, maybe you could get lucky, and Denzel Ward takes a team-friendly deal. And maybe that comes in just outside top 5 cornerback money, which is over the $15 million price tag, which Xavier Howard, by the way, also looking for a new deal on his end as well. That'd be great. It's the first contract, though, for Denzel Ward. I don't think you're going to see Denzel Ward take that much of a discount when I think 17-18 is probably more in line with what he's going to get at some point, if not higher. So would you pay Denzel Ward top 5 cornerback money? I vote yes. I think that's the reality of the situation. I'm a big Denzel Ward guy. I think he can be a number 1 corner, has shown the promise of that as well. So get your votes in. Would you give him top 5 cornerback money? Y for yes or N for no? The big reason why I'm on board with doing this is the production and the play that we've seen out of Denzel Ward over his NFL career. 2020, 54.3% in terms of completion rate, 481 yards, so higher completion percentage, lower yards, not bad. 4 touchdowns allowed, that's a bit of a red flag there. But Denzel Ward has always done a great job of breaking up passes. Did it in 2020 with 18 pass breakups. Did it in 2019, by the way, with 11 pass breakups. He's picked off at least 2 passes every single season of his NFL career. Now, the big red flag that you've got around Denzel Ward is, you know what? Injuries. Missed 3 games 2018. 4 games each, 2019 and 2020. It's understandable if you're a little bit hesitant about paying Denzel Ward big guaranteed money with those injury concerns. And overall for the Browns, that's kind of the overarching concern with this secondary, at least at the cornerback room, right? Denzel Ward has missed time. Greedy Williams missed all of last year. They bring in Troy Hill. They draft Greg Newsome, who had injury problems at Northwestern. So in the end, I do want to pay Denzel Ward. I would rather do it now versus later because it saves you money in the long run. But if you just want to see a healthy year out of Denzel Ward, I get that. Maybe you wait just a little bit from that perspective if you're the Cleveland Browns.